All right, take two. We're at a Circle K right outside of Superior. They got their characteristic S up etched in the mountains with white rocks, which people love to do out here in the desert. We made a really good clip yesterday, which was really a bummer because for some reason it only recorded the first 2.5 minutes, which I should probably keep an eye on this one so that it doesn't do the same thing. But yeah, it really captured the moment a bit more, but we can try to do another recap.
The emotions were higher.
Yeah, the anger was. A lot of vitriol from me.
Yeah.
But
moral of the story, we did a long day and we hate white people.
Yeah, that's pretty much the long and short of it for sure.
Yeah. But it was a great day, and I wish we had that clip.
Yeah, I do too.
It perfectly captured it.
Yeah.
But not to cry, we'll do it again.
Yeah. So was yesterday Duncan? I think so.
No, it was Globe. Oh, starting in Duncan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
I think that was Duncan.
I can't really think it through.
Yeah, I think it was Duncan.
So. Oh, yeah, the restaurant in the morning.
Yeah, Hilda's
restaurant.
Yeah, good breakfast. We'd heard a lot about it. It was all right, not the best we'd ever had, but a good place to start the day.
Yeah. Thank God there was some place to get breakfast.
Yeah. We had an awesome tailwind all day.
Yeah.
So we stopped several times throughout the day and sort of like decided to keep going. We had originally made this reservation to stay at this hot spring in Safford, yeah, which was only like 40 miles down the road, and we got there so quickly. It was like before noon.
Yeah,
and we had already
before noon because we're also in a different mountain time.
Yeah,
which is basically Pacific time. So the sun rises at 6:30. We're up and ready to go by 7:30, which is really early.
Yeah.
But we were ready early, even with a sit-down breakfast.
Yeah.
So we got there before noon, I think.
Yeah.
Might have been like 11 or something even.
And we tried to go down to where we had the reservation, but the headwind was so fierce. And the reservation itself was 4 miles off route, which wouldn't have been bad if we didn't have terrible headwinds, but as soon as we turned off the main road going west, the winds came out.
Yeah, it was crazy.
He's scared. He's scared. But yeah, anyway. So we ended up not going to that reservation and pushed forward because the tailwind was so awesome.
I thought that was a bird poop.
Oh, that would suck. That it would have been a shame to stop earlier because we were going like 20 miles an hour.
It seemed like a really cool spot. Clothing optional hot springs and a cool campground, but it was so early, like you said, and we were feeling good, and man, that tailwind was something to behold.
Yeah, it did kind of peter out towards the end of the day and didn't really help us much at a certain point, but
for most of the day it was bitchin'.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
It was insane.
So we decided from Safford to push to Fort Thomas or something like that, which was 24 miles farther down the road because we had heard that there was like a Mormon church that you could camp at. Yeah. From the same guys who told us about the tunnel that we went through today, and we'll get to that in a minute.
Oh, yeah.
So we went to the Fort Thomas from Safford, which took us just a little over an hour to go 24 miles, and the wind was still ripping like crazy. And so we stopped there for a bit at the Mormon church and kind of collected ourselves and tried to decide if we wanted to keep going farther or if we should stop there for the night. But it was still so early. It was like 2:30 when we got to the Mormon church. There's more.
That was just insane how fast we got there, too. I'm sure you already said it.
Yeah, like an hour.
It was pushing us. Like, it was making us go faster than we could pedal in your highest gear. And it was like a gentle downhill for pretty much most of the beginning 50 miles of the day.
Yeah.
Or 60, whatever. Because we were at 60 at the Mormon church.
And we had 56 more if we wanted to push to Globe.
That was always an option.
To go
at the
Globe.
Beginning of the day. I think you like jokingly said it. But we were sitting there at the Mormon church and look of disgust.
It's probably just the sun in our eyes.
You called the hotel in Globe and they had everything, and it sounded good, and I just nodded my head and accepted my fate.
Well, yeah, you wanted to.
I did, yeah.
It was sort of your idea.
I mean, that tailwind is not to be downplayed at all. Like, man, I couldn't have done it if we didn't have the tailwind. But since we did, it was so insane.
Yeah.
And hardly any effort for the beginning of the day, at least.
Yeah, as soon as we left the Mormon church in Fort Thomas, though, there was like 2,900 feet that we had to climb between where we were and Globe. And I definitely think we felt every foot of it.
Yeah.
Especially because that was the end of the day. It would have been one thing if it was reversed and it was downhill from like the ending portion of the day. But, we got closer to this reservation, this Indian reservation, and then the traffic kind of picked up, and it was technically rush hour on a Thursday afternoon. And so people were starting to get their tits in a frizzy.
Yeah.
The traffic and the road conditions in Arizona have been the worst so far on the trail.
Yeah.
Easily. And today was no exception for that.
Oh,
however, we'll get back to that. So, after 119 miles, we ended up showing up in Globe, and we had reservations at a Motel 6, which has now become our go-to. Let me make sure this is still going. Good. Because Motel 6s, in our experience, are relatively cheap and also have laundry, and typically are close to fast food restaurants.
Taco Bell and McDonald's right across the road.
Yeah, it was great. It was all of our favorites.
Yeah, and you had carried the beers for...
Oh, yeah.
You got beers in... Safford, and carried them for 80 miles because we thought we were going to stop for the day.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a notable feat.
I had 4 extra beers, and they were like... I don't know. It was a couple of liters of beer. So my bike was even heavier than it needed to be, plus the water that I was carrying.
And you're still going faster than me, though, especially on those hills.
You were high.
I got pretty high, and then I started to freak out about the traffic a little bit.
Yeah, that's another thing, too.
The hills were hard. They were steep, at least for me.
They were like 7%.
Yeah, even with the tailwind, it doesn't exactly, propel you up the mountain. It just helps a little bit.
Yeah.
And there's no wind, so it's really hot.
Yeah, it was blazing yesterday, for sure.
Well, no wind in your face. It's all in your back.
Yeah, that's how you kind of know you have a tailwind, when you don't feel the wind around you.
The air is still in front of you.
Yeah, but you can look around, you can see the trees blowing and stuff. It's cool. But
it was really sweet.
Yeah.
I would take it any day. And then we got to the motel at like 6 o'clock.
It was about 7:15 that we checked in.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah. And
but
we
it was
already
still
had
light.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just starting to be twilight, I guess.
Yeah.
Or maybe they hadn't updated their computer, because I don't know, it said 7:15 check-in on the receipt, but no matter.
These time zones have been confusing out here.
Yeah, we're in something called PDT. Is that a Frenchie?
I think it is.
2 Frenchies.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
They're gonna get hot.
They're so cute.
Lol. So yeah, we showed up at the hotel, and we had already gone to Taco Bell. We're getting our plans down pretty good now, like, because typically we'll get to the hotel first, and then I have to go out and do a bunch of stuff. But this time we got everything before we went in, and then we just relaxed.
Yeah, that hotel stay and the room was so spacious and nice and cool.
$90 well spent. Yeah.
And we just planned everything so strategically, and it was just the perfect hotel stop.
Yeah.
Of the trip, I would say of any bike trip.
Yeah, the concierge at the front, he gave us a military discount, and then he also gave us free laundry, which was really cool. Very nice of him. Manny, shout out to Manny. He was very accommodating. Yeah, a few people have.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had a good night, relaxing. I think we were in bed by 10, which is pretty good for us on a hotel night. Didn't get too drunk, which was good. And those Frenchies. Man, that's like $6,000 worth of dogs right there.
Damn.
So yeah, woke up this morning reasonably early.
I don't really want any more.
Did you have much at all?
I had like 6 sips.
We're trying to finish one of our beers. Allie, I guess she's on a 1 beer kick now. I keep buying 2 for her, and now I have to keep carrying them.
Like, you get to the end of the day, you're dehydrated, you drink a beer, you feel it. I'm like, I don't need to overdo it. And I'm mostly hungry at the end of the day, so I don't know.
Yeah,
that's... Cutting back.
Yeah, both of us. I'm not getting you 2 tonight.
Yeah, no.
But anyway, woke up. The McDonald's was really close, so I was able to walk over to that and get our food, our classic. And we just had sort of a slow but productive morning.
Yeah, and we woke up early.
Yeah, it was like 7:30 or something.
And I think we were out of the hotel by 9.
Yeah, something like that.
9:15 maybe.
Yeah, and to be fair, it pretty much sucked immediately.
Oh my god, yeah.
We're doing this detour, and we described all this last night, but...
And we have talked about it before.
Yeah, but we're actually doing it now.
Yeah, we're on it now.
So, this, being on 60 has previously been the ACA's route for getting through this part of Arizona. But it's dangerous, and people have been killed in this tunnel that we have heard a lot about. And so we were trying to bypass the ACA reroute, which would take us way out of the way for no reason, and somehow get through that tunnel area safely.
Yeah.
So basically,
going through it was pretty much not an option after I heard that.
Yeah.
And especially, it was 2 women cyclists.
Yeah.
And you did see the article, and it was like 2 in the morning. But
that was a different incident.
Yeah, which proves that it's like super dangerous and happens often.
Yeah.
And I could definitely see how being on this road. But yeah, we left and pretty much started climbing immediately.
Yeah.
A bunch of bullshit hills. It was terrible.
You left your water bottles at the hotel?
I did.
Oops. So you've got some nice, fresh, smart water bottles now. Those are the best. That's the best water you're probably going to have on the trip. But yeah, it pretty much was a climb, more or less, for about 20 miles probably.
Man.
Just off and on, and the traffic was terrible. People were yelling at us and flipping us off.
Honking at us.
Honking.
In
that
a
PT.
lane.
Yeah, that was the real shame of it.
Yeah.
That guy who was in the PT Cruiser.
Yeah, laid on his horn.
Before he even got to us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you sure you want that open?
Yeah, I'm gonna eat some.
Okay.
I'll close it. Man, I had a really rough start to the day.
And Allie is the barometer for how truly shitty the road is. I don't really care because I like making people mad. Because I'm just like, well, what am I supposed to do? Like some guy on a 2-lane part where we were in the passing lane, or we were in the slow traffic lane. Some dude pulled up on his truck, and I pulled out my headphone.
He was stuck behind us for a while.
Yeah, I mean, a while being
thought,
15 seconds
right,
probably.
Yeah, I thought he was okay with it because he slowed down, he gave us some space, pulled up right next to... I didn't hear what he said, though.
The gist of it was, are you stupid? And I was just going to be like, well, what's your alternative plan for us, Mr. Genius? Because there's no fucking shoulder. We can't just disappear off this road immediately. And this isn't it's not an interstate, so
people say that. They say, get off the road.
Yeah.
What do you want me to do? Crash my bike into the side of the mountain and, like, be out of your way?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
And most of these people, too, are probably Christians who are going to Easter services in the next few days.
Oh, my God.
And I really just hope that their church catches on fire and they can't get out, because they deserve a one-way ticket to hell.
I mean, it's just proof of the recklessness and inconsiderate mindset that all motorists have. I don't care who you are, old people, young people,
a slight inconvenience,
women, men, it doesn't matter. Like,
a slight inconvenience to them makes them think that they should be able to kill you.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
totally
that's ridiculous.
Thought that too. I was like, if we get hit and killed, they're probably not going to stop. They're going to keep going, and it would be like borderline malicious intent, because they don't want us there, and they've solved the problem.
It's vehicular homicide.
Yeah, and they would probably love it.
Yeah. Yeah, another cool thing to put on their bulletin board of their accomplishments. Frenchies.
It's ridiculous.
Look.
We're coming off of yesterday, which the end of the day was like this, and then going right back into it today, which seemed worse to me.
Yeah, it was worse.
I kind of had a panic attack, and I was crying a lot, and I was like trying to keep it together because we were still climbing, and I needed to breathe regularly, but I was like so preoccupied with like, oh my God, we're gonna get hit.
Yeah.
Our blood is going to be sprayed across the road, and no one's going to care, and we're in so much danger. And it was so cool. We entered the Tonto National Forest. It's epic. Like, huge rock formations. We were going downhill, and I was, like, so upset, because I was like, I can't even enjoy this.
Yeah, you can't look around. It's
so awesome, but I'm so preoccupied with, like, preserving my life right now.
You have to look in your rearview mirror the entire time, and that really takes a lot. It's kind of strains your eyes to do that. And I kind of feel like in all the nature videos that we've seen, like how the male lion has to like walk on the outside of its pride, you know? Like that's kind of what I do for you. Because like I'm putting myself in a more dangerous position.
You are.
Oh yeah, but it's calculated.
I know. I know you're very cautious and you have experience, but I'm scared for both of us all the time on roads like this, and it just is not good for my mental health.
Yeah, you're gonna get skinny though.
I got to the point on a climb where I was like, we need to get down this hill and get to the next town, and I'm renting a car. Like, I am not going to finish this ride. I'm petrified. Lol. I can't keep doing this.
And then...
It's getting better, but...
we have to be on 60 for all day, though, so hopefully it doesn't suck ass the whole time. But we met this woman who is going eastbound.
Oh, yeah.
She's a cyclist. Reminded me a lot of my mom. Shout out to Mom. So just know you can still be out here doing this kind of stuff, too. She was a solo female. I would probably say that she was in her mid-50s. And again, going east, so she had to go... She went through the tunnel, which I was like, damn. It was a
parking lot right before the tunnel. I saw it come up, and I just shook my head, and we pulled over, and she was there, and she had just come through it, which I can't believe. She was like, uphill. It's all right, it's fine.
Yeah.
Dude, no.
So we told her about the bad things we'd heard about the tunnel and shared some stories and information and stuff. But I had seen on the internet this morning that there was actually an older tunnel built before the 1950s that was accessible, that you could actually use as a detour. And so we spent a little bit of time in the parking lot just kind of collecting ourselves and drinking water and stuff, and went down to the old tunnel, which was way, way better. And we met this guy named Ted who was out hiking, and he was cool, gave us a lot of information about the area.
He was astounded by us.
Yeah.
He actually asked, like, really cool, good questions, too.
Yeah.
Like, how do we resupply? Where do we camp? Like, how does this whole thing work? He actually asked what organization makes the routes, as if he were to pursue it in the future, maybe.
Yeah.
So we could have inspired a future cyclist.
Yeah, hopefully he stays safe.
Yeah, hopefully they all do, man, because these drivers...
Not so good. We might need to get some bags.
Yeah, this is a lot of pizza.
I could put it on my front. But anyway, so we were on this, it's called the Lost Trail, which stands for Legends of Superior Trail.
Yeah.
And so...
Not to be confused with the Lost Trail, the Lake Okeechobee Scenic Trail.
Yeah, which we were also on. Well.
U-Haul.
So yeah, we were able to completely bypass the tunnel and the bridges that connected to it.
And we were basically on a hiking path, which was the old highway, but now is like a hiking, mountain biking trail. And it was really awesome. There was like 2 switchbacks down the mountain.
Yeah, saw a bunch of saguaros.
Into, this town that we're at now and back on 60, so we didn't even have to do any backtracking.
No. And
it was scenic, it was nice, there was no traffic, there was no people. It was a great time.
And it's something that the ACA should be aware of, because it would have been the perfect way to not have to do that insane detour into the Tonto Forest, but also not have to go through that tunnel, and also bypass a large section of probably the worst parts of 60.
Yeah, there was a huge bridge too that we went under on the hiking trail that was 60, and I was like, man, I'm sure there's not a shoulder up there either. And the motorists are going to push you to the side of the road where it's like a 500-foot drop into the canyon.
Yep.
Rip. Oh well. Gotta go get my McDonald's.
Yep. Gotta go to my Easter service to praise the Lord of Love. But yeah, we made it down. We were told about this Circle K, so we made a beeline for here. And Superior's a nice little town.
Yeah, it's awesome.
But yeah, is this stuffed crust?
I don't think so. It's unfortunate we're not staying here, because it is really cool. It does seem a little touristy, but...
It's definitely touristy. It's really... This gas station is extremely busy.
Who knows where all these people are going in their dumb cars?
Who cares? Hopefully straight to hell. No sympathy. But yeah. We're headed for Apache Junction, roughly. Ted told us that there was BLM land out there that we could possibly camp at. And so we're about halfway done with the day.
Yeah.
You don't like all that cheese?
I'm hoping it's under 30 miles, but it might be around that.
It's going to be around
like
that.
25 so far.
Yeah, I think it's going to be like 34, probably.
Well, hopefully there's no more elevation.
Yeah,
That's probably also not true.
probably not.
There was a heat wave hitting the southeast this weekend.
Yeah,
Highs in the triple digits on Saturday or Sunday. Today's supposed to be 96 in Phoenix, and we're headed straight towards it, so pray for us, for me.
it's going to be a hot
It's
one.
really hot.
It's hot even here in the shade where we're at. I keep getting like waves of heat throughout my body.
Yeah. But we're still doing it. We're still alive.
I'd say this pizza's better than Hunt's Brothers.
Really?
You don't think so? Too much cheese?
Yeah. It's a little soft. There's so many cute dogs out here.
But yeah.
Yeah. Still enjoying it. The scenery is awesome.
Yeah.
This is a really cool part of Arizona. It's unfortunate that it's overpopulated.
Yeah,
and
with fucking assholes.
terrible roads. But what are you gonna do?
Curse them till they die. We really can't say enough bad things about these people.
Yeah. It doesn't even matter who they are either. Like, if they don't give us enough room, then they're evil. Always will be in our
Yeah.
minds. We don't care about who they are, what their life story is, or what kind of day they're having.
No.
Like, absolutely not. They get no sympathy.
No.
I am not as violent as you, and I'm not like, I hope they all die, but like, I hope they have some bad karma in the future.
Yeah.
They deserve it. Because
Yeah.
they can kill us,
Yeah.
and they don't realize that. It's so
Or maybe they do.
inconsiderate.
The true evilness.
Yeah. It's unfortunate that things like this can ruin
Lives.
the scenery. Yeah. And like our trip.
Yeah. But we should do a little bit of logistics because Google Maps will tell us kind of what the terrain is supposed to look like. And yeah,
Yeah,
we're thriving. It's hot.
it is.
Damn, you hate that cheese.
It's just a lot. It's too much.
I think it's perfect.
It is good pizza.
Hunt's Brothers coming for you. Well,
Well,
all right.
yeah.
We'll talk to you guys later tonight. Bye.
Bye. If we make it till later tonight
No, shut up.
in life.
Shut up.